Hey guys, so we've just finished our presentation view. We now want to create this into a drawing. So what you're going to have to do is come up here to the new page, and like we saw last time, we've made a part, we've made an assembly, we've now made a presentation view. We're now going to make a drawing. As part of that, so I've opened it up, and you can see the sheet looks absolutely massive. Okay, so we need to change that by right clicking on sheet 1 and going down to edit sheet. And you see it's size D. Now I don't know what size D means, but it's obviously pretty big, so I'm going to go down to A4. I'm going to name it tri-square. Oh, sorry, I'm going to have to try that again. I'm going to name it tri-square, but I keep accidentally hitting the wrong thing, which is very, very frustrating when you're trying to make a video. Alright, and there we go. So you can see that it's actually made this table down the bottom a lot bigger, and that's because it's made the page a lot smaller, but that's okay because I reckon that's quite a good size. Next thing you want to do is actually fill in all your page's details. So if we go down to iProperties, summary, so title is going to be tri-square, subject is technology, author, so it'll always have your computer log on. I managed myself, but you guys might be putting me down for that because I'm your teacher, I'm helping you, I'm kind of managing you, I guess. And company, just because we're making it in school and using school resources to produce it. We're going to put it in there, part number 1, description, tri-square, revision number, well it's the first time I've done it, so it'll be 1, tri-square, again. Designer, that was actually Mr. Cole. He was the one that had this one for me. I'm going to say I'm the engineer. Authority, gave myself the authority because I'm the one teaching the class. The cost center is the school. And then to actually 3D print this, I figured out would be about $3.55. Can I have a symbol in there? Yep, cool. And vendor would be Ranella East College as well. Cool. Status. Complete, because we've completed it, we're just making the drawing. Released, I guess it is. We'll chuck all these in. So make sure if I've checked it, you can put me in. I'm the one that's going to have to check all your stuff, so you're probably going to want to put me in for all of these. And that's okay. So you see what they did then? So when I press OK, it's going to give us all the it's going to fill in all these spaces there. Next section we want to do is click on base. So as you can see, that's going to give us the presentation view straight away, and we actually don't want that yet. Okay, but because it's sitting there now, what I might do, I actually want a isometric view of that. So I might put that there, and we'll have a bit of a look at a good way to have it sitting, maybe like that. And we'll go OK, and I'm actually going to delete that view there so I can just have my isometric view. Now we're just going to have that there sitting there and not touch it until a little bit later, because I want to actually put my base in, and this time I'm not going to use the presentation view. I'm going to use my normal assembly view. Okay, so to do that, flip it around. So we really only need 2 views of this product, don't we? Okay, and we need a side view and a top view, and we can change the scale of this to 1:1 because I reckon that fits quite well. Then before we get out of it though, try to always make sure you move around. You don't want anything overlapping each other. You want enough room so you can fit all of your dimensions in. But remember that when you move this one around, the top one will always follow it because they have to line up. That's what makes it part of being an engineering drawing, is the fact that they both line up, and so you get the same sense of, I know you can actually line up and you know all the lengths are the same. So if I wouldn't put a dimension down for the full length of that and then put another one there, because you can see they're exactly the same. Okay, so you can see that's put that in nicely. Next step's going to be putting in my dimension. So that's under annotate up the top here, and we go dimension, all the different dimensions. So you need to make sure though, so just like when you're using normal Inventor, it'll generally like to snap to things, but what you actually might want to do is just click on the line, and there's our first problem. I can tell by that it's in inches already. So what we want to do is we'll delete that, and we want to go to view, manage, I'm struggling today, tools, document settings, and we're going to go to the top one, standard default ANSI millimeters. Okay, and that way we can do all our annotating, so we can put all our dimensions in, and it's always going to tell you to double check them first, but I think we're all good. So I generally just have my finger down on the enter key for this one, just to get everything in like that. So then what we actually want to do is want to go from there to there. So that's 16. Make sure that's the same. No, that's the same length. This is just for the width of it. See, I don't like that, so you can't have that with your engineering drawing. You can't have it going over the line. So what I might have to do for that one is, unless it's going to change, I might have to move everything around. And to do that, all you need to do is double click on the red line. I can move all this down a bit. Ooh, cancel. Then I can move it around like that. Okay, that's actually okay because it's not going over the line. It's not even quite touching, I don't think. Whereas that one was like right over the line. So let's double check. Yep, I'm happy with that. It's also swapped over the side, which is nice. Make sure we say how thick that is. Not happy with that. Okay, and as you might notice, depends where you actually click in orientation to where the numbers actually go. So I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm not going to put all the dimensions in just yet because I want to actually show you guys the different stuff we can do with this one here. So you can see if I double click, we've got our presentation view there. I want to make it colored. I'm going to make it 1-to-1 just like the other one is. I'm going to make sure I move it. I'll move it afterwards. So as you can see, there we go, beautiful. So that gives us a bit more of a description of what we're making with the color and everything like that. And then we've got all our measurements as well. So that's just about done, I think. I could add a few more measurements in and stuff, but for the purposes of today, I think it gives you the general idea.